Okay, this feels very awkward. I'm about to hold this camera. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know what it is, but me holding this camera feels 10 times better. Matter of fact, I'm gonna film this outside. I'll be back. You're panicking, you're overthinking, which creates anxiety, and now you're doing stupid stuff that you wouldn't normally do because you're scared. I get it. I was like that too at one point. Naturally, just because I don't want to blame people, but I'm gonna have to blame somebody. My parents always try to tell me that I gotta be careful of this, careful of that, careful of this, careful of that. And yes, I'm kind of glad that they told me some of that stuff, but I don't like the fact that they told it to me when I was 5. You know what I mean? Telling me that now, oh yeah, it would have been great advice. But you're telling me at 5. A 5-year-old's gonna be scared of everything. Everything is an illusion. Time is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Failure, disappointment, anger, all these stupid emotions, they're just illusions, okay? And by illusions, I mean that you might think that. You might think, dang, I got stabbed. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna live? You think 50 Cent was scared thinking, oh man, I got shot 9 times. I'm dead for sure. But you're talking about getting stabbed? That's the thing. You gotta stop thinking, because everything is an illusion, okay? Everything that you're thinking about is an illusion. How to get rid of this illusion, right? You keep overthinking over this illusion that you've created in your mind, which makes you fearful and causes you to panic, which creates anxiety. How do I get rid of this? It's simple, but it's not easy. What you gotta start understanding now is that your brain is now saying that, well, 2 things. When you start overthinking and you're being fearful, your brain's telling you, 1, I'm facing a challenge. This is a challenge that I'm facing, right? Thing number 2, I am scared that I'm going to fail, because I feel that in my head, there are consequences if I fail. And thing number 3, I'm not going to keep up with a certain standard if I don't think this much. You know what I mean? And also, kind of the 4th thing, which everything after 2 is kind of just tied together. You feel that if I don't think this hard, or if I don't think deeply about it, it's gonna be wrong. I can't tell you, I keep switching hands because my arms are tired, or my shoulders. I can't tell you how many times in college, right? I'd be sitting in a college class, or I'd be taking a college class, and the professor would say, he literally walk up, about bored as hell. Hey everybody, so this is my class. I'm Mr. This. This is the that. The class. I give you a quiz at the end of the week. You study these notes. You pass the quiz. I'm sitting there thinking, there has to be something else. There has to be something else. Because all my other teachers, they used to say the same thing and hide assignments. But in reality, bro, you really start to step back and you think, me getting all those high grades in school just made me a naturally fearful person. Because then I started to have to rewire my brain and tell myself, my nigga, he said you come to class, you take the quiz. What else is there? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else. You're overthinking it too much. Why? I say because the first thing is because your brain thinks that you're facing a challenge. Peep this, right? Finally, my AC turned off. But peep this. I'm a Call of Duty player, right? Professional Call of Duty tryhard, for anybody who knows me personally. Now, the thing with me is, I've 1v1'd a decent amount of people. I've played public matches. I've even played competitive matches against decent people. People I know are gonna be good. Now, I'm gonna let you know right now. There have been matches where I fried people. There have been matches where I've eradicated people. There have been matches where I got smoked. Okay? That's okay. Now, let me explain this to you, right? When you play that one garbage friend with no thumbs, how nervous were you? When you saw all those little level 1s, level 2s, level 3s, and you're sitting up here, 10th prestige, level 45, how scared were you? You weren't scared at all, right? Because your brain says, that right there, that's not a challenge. That's what your brain's saying. This is not a challenge. That was the first thing I was talking about. But if you play somebody that's good, you get nervous, because then you start to tell yourself, oh, this is a challenge. This right here, this is a challenge, right? This is a challenge. That's one reason. That's what I started telling myself. Because from now on, anytime Frank, that boy Frank, gets nervous about something, he's facing a challenge. Because if this was easy, you wouldn't be nervous. What's 2 plus 2? Now, if you sit there and you overthink what 2 plus 2 is, man, you're stupid. But obviously, 2 plus 2 is easy. Anybody can say it. The blink of an eye, because it's easy. Now, if I were to tell you to take the derivative of 45x to the 6th power, you start scratching your head because you're nervous because you forgot to do derivatives in calculus. Or maybe you didn't even take calculus yet. You probably don't even know what calculus is. You probably can't even spell it. So you start overthinking. That's what I'm talking about. Your brain sees it as a challenge. Now, thing number 2. You're fearful of this challenge. Or maybe you're not used to, maybe you don't like challenges, okay? I'm one of those people that was smart in school. So obviously, whenever there was something that I didn't understand, I panicked. Because I was a naturally smart, hold on, let me fix my sleeve. But I was a naturally smart kid. So I'm like, I should be able to get everything like this, right? I remember my 5th grade class. All the smart people were failing this one quiz. And I remember the dumbest kid in the class, there's no such thing as being dumb, but the kid that everybody perceived as the dumbest kid in class got an A. Now I'm sitting there thinking, this makes no sense. And I hated it so much because it seemed like a challenge to me. That kid's used to sitting there and seeing it at the surface level, because not everything comes to him, so he has to see it for what it is. His ego's not in the way. My ego was in the way. And the thing was, I always put up my ego to make everything. I literally hid behind my ego 24/7. So that's the thing. When I got nervous, I was like, oh my gosh, no, this is impossible because I'm a smart kid. Nothing should be complicated to me. You see, I was fearful of challenges because I felt that I was too smart of a kid and my ego was too big and I was scared of my ego being ruined. To the point where it's like, bro, this is something simple. You just need to think simpler. That's what my teacher told me. I don't know what the hell that was. See, a lot of y'all don't like challenges because your ego is about to be ruined. That's why you don't like challenges. So that's what I mean. That's kind of an extra point. You're scared of your ego being ruined. You know what I mean? Your ego might be ruined. And now that leads to the next thing, that you might fail certain expectations of other people. Which is kind of why I stopped liking school. Because it's always like, school determines your intelligence based off of a letter grade. That's why people cheat. Duh. To keep it a band with you, if somebody says, hey, do you know the history of Mesopotamia? I'm like, nigga, I know the name of it, but I don't know what it is. In person, it wouldn't matter. Now, if it's a test, you get nervous because you don't want people to make it seem like you're dumb. You're not dumb. You just don't understand it. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. That's one reason why a lot of people say school is meant to destroy you, because it keeps making you nervous. It keeps giving you this recurring agenda to keep up with other people's standards. Bro, they don't even know who you are. They might think, wow, you're an excellent student. Good job. That nigga cheated the whole test. I remember one time I looked at this one dude in high school. I said, bro, how'd you do so good on the test? The dude said, I'll tell you after class. I looked at him and I said, man, I already know what you did, boy. After class, guess what he tells me?
And I'm gonna lie to you, I had to copy the test the entire time.
But that teacher thought, oh, he's a smart kid. That ain't no smart kid. That's the thing I don't like about school. Because you're constantly having to keep up with standards of everybody else. But that's how school works. That's why a lot of people say school is meant to destroy you. That's the thing, and it leads into the rest of your other life, the rest of your personal life. Because now you think, because if I don't get this good letter grade or this A letter grade in other fields of my life, then I'm letting somebody down. When in reality, do you think you did good? That's the next point I'm gonna say. And now I'm gonna wrap this video up. A lot of people don't like to look at their own definition of success or perfection. You keep thinking that I must get an A+ in order to make myself satisfied. That dude that got a A on that one test, but he cheated, do you think he really thought, man, I'm such a smart kid? No. He met that guy's standards and just went on. But it's like, I've gotten C's on a test, and I'm like, whew. Well, I thought I failed. You know what I'm saying? That's why people that perceived are as dumb in school, they're cool with C's. They're cool with the little things. That's why they go in life. And those C+ students end up freaking businessmen. End up in the Forbes list because these people are used to failing. Well, according to everybody else, they're used to not meeting or not caring about other people's standards. That's why they're successful. And that's why you keep panicking, because you keep trying to focus on everybody else's standards of perfect except yours. So start creating your own standards. Start liking challenges. Start saying, I don't give a about failure. I don't care about failure no more. Because if I fail, I ain't gonna die. Because I see this as a challenge, right? I like challenges because it puts me to the limit. Challenges push me to the limit, and if I fail, it doesn't matter because I met my standard of perfection. I said all three of those points in one sentence. Carry on with those things in your life. I hate that I'm all over the place with this, but this is literally how my mind thinks. But it's DatBoiFrank, man. I'm out. Peace.